Alright, it's Monday, July 16, 2018 at 12:36 p.m. Let's check out the headlines. Hot summer leading to toxic algae. Potentially toxic algae is blooming in rivers and the lochs during Scotland's long hot summer, scientists have warned. There were other articles about algae, one for Lake Erie, and there was other incidents of algae, toxic algae in Florida. So I guess they also have it in Scotland. Blue-green algae, which poses a health risk to humans and animals, has flourished during this warm spell. The algae has reportedly led to the death of 2 dogs after they ingested the substance earlier this summer. Now scientists are urging people to record sightings of the algae in a bid to speed up response times. Freshwater ecologist Professor Lawrence Carvalho said blue-green algae had been a particular problem this summer. Not only has it been very warm, but it has also been very dry, which means they have not been flushed out of the water by courses of rain. It is posing a practical risk to dogs who appear to be attracted by the smell, he added. Earlier this month, a dog reportedly died from algae poisoning after drinking water from the River Conan near Maryborough in the Highlands. A similar incident is reported to have happened in Loch Awe in May. So, toxic algae happening all over the place apparently. Alright. Heat making you lethargic? Research shows it can slow your brain too. Apparently can't cool off this summer. Heat waves can slow us down in ways we may not recognize or realize. New research suggests heat stress can muddle our thinking, making simple math a little harder to do. There's evidence that our brains are susceptible to temperature abnormalities, said Joe Allen, co-director of the Center for Climate Health and the Global Environment at Harvard University. And as the climate changes, temperatures spike and heat waves are more frequent. To learn more about how the heat influences your healthy adults, Allen says his colleagues studied college students living in dorms during a summer heat wave in Boston. Half of the students live in buildings with central air conditioning, while the indoor air temperature averaged 71 degrees. The other half lived in dorms with no AC, where air temperatures averaged almost 80 degrees. In the morning, when they woke up, we pushed tests on their cell phones, explains Allen. The students took 2 tests a day for 12 consecutive days. One test, which included basic addition and subtraction, measured cognitive speed and memory. A second test assessed attention and processing speed. We found out that students who were in the non-air conditioning buildings actually had slower reaction times, 13% lower performance on basic arithmetic tests, and nearly 10% reduction in the number of correct responses per minute. Allen explains, the results published in PLS Medicine may come to a surprise. I think it's a little bit akin to the frog in the boiling water, Allen says. There is a slow, steady, largely imperceptible rise in temperature, and you don't realize it's having an impact on you. The findings add to a growing body of evidence that documents the effect of heat on mental performance, both in schools and in workplaces. For instance, a 2006 study from research in Lawrence Berkeley National Lab found that when office temperatures rise above the mid-70s, workers' performance begins to drop off. Researchers reviewed multiple studies that evaluated performance on common office tasks. The study found that workers' productivity is highest at about 72 degrees. When temperatures exceed the mid-80s, workers' productivity decreased by about 9%. So, the heat might be slowing us down, and we might not even be realizing it. So, if you're working a factory job or a job that is, you have to pay attention, please be aware that the heat could be slowing you down. Alright, new weather pattern this week means big changes across the United States. Southward dip in jet stream prevents major heat, hot under southwest and high pressure. So the jet stream pattern this week in the eastern states will be somewhat unusual for mid-July. Most of the Midwest and Northeast will see mild temperatures, but it will be stormy at times. Highs in the hundreds for days in the southern plains. An evolving weather pattern change will divide the nation this week between scorching heat and relatively mild temperatures as the jet stream takes on a new configuration. The jet stream will become the meteorologists refer to as amplified by late this week, meaning it will set up a wavy north to south fashion. This type of jet stream pattern is somewhat unusual for midsummer since its ribbon of strong winds aloft is typically oriented west to east near the Canadian border this time of year. In this case, a sharp southward plunge of the jet stream in the Midwest and Northeast will keep temperatures near or slightly below average, but it could also be stormy. The opposite will be felt in parts of the Southwest and Southern Plains, where the jet stream will burst northward, resulting in searing heat for those regions. So it will be hot in the Midwest and the South, but parts of the North and Northeast will be cooler because of the jet stream. Alright, let's see here at the tropical tidbits loop. Yeah, you can see the jet stream here. Right here in the mid-United States, you can see the storms from the Midwest kind of just rushing towards the east. And parts of North and South Carolina with rain. Most of what the jet stream is pushing this is off the coast, so it's just mostly affecting Canada up there. Mostly clear in the Atlantic, no storms really coming off the African coast. So it's clear. Off the Bahamas is a little bit of a storm, but it looks like it's waning down. I don't think it's really going to affect a lot of people. So it looks mostly clear, except for the Midwest and parts of the South. Alright, you guys stay safe out there, and stay cool.